Okay, I'll start.
Yep.
Aloha, everybody. My name's Nicole Hutaf. I'm the corporate secretary currently for Valley Isle Excursions. You guys may be familiar with my parents, Raymond and Yolanda Hutaf, who are my mom's still the current owner, president of Valley Isle Excursions, but of course, my dad passed in 2019. He was the vice president. So he, I believe, was very involved in the Hana community and the business council prior to his passing. And so as we are gaining momentum through his passing and of course the shutdown with COVID, we are trying to reestablish our contacts, and we are really trying to continue to perpetuate our core values within our company that my mom and dad have established, with number one being the priority of the communities that we enter through our tour companies, and of course the education to our guests and responsible travel and traveling pono. So those are all things that we're hoping to continue to move forward with, and also to be more involved, or to reestablish our involvement within the community as a business, of course. So that's in a nutshell kind of why we're here and who I am, and I'll let Adam take over from here.
Well, I would say Nicole probably said it all, but my name is Adam Wallace. I'm the operations manager at Valley Isle Excursions. I've been with the company for roughly about 16 years now, just starting as a reservationist there and slowly learning and understanding the tour industry and the Hana community, as well as the road. And Ray and Yoli have established a wonderful relationship with the Hana community, and our goal is to continue that and allow people to enjoy the community out there responsibly, respectfully, in the best possible way that benefits everyone, ourselves, the visitor, and most especially the community there.
Great. Thanks for joining us tonight. I mean,
Sure.
that's really, I think we are all kind of in this place of, is it momentum forward again? And just all really wanting to make sure that we're finding a new way to move forward and have awareness with one another. I mean, that's why we converted the business council to a nonprofit too, just so that we could focus more on our workforce development and really education and leadership for the generations to come. So with that, does anyone else have anything that's been going on in the community outside of just the board agenda that they wanted to bring up?
Can I just mention in response to that, just to say that, I know my name is Scott, and I, among other things, I work with Kipahulu Ohana, and I know that Ray was really loved and appreciated by many members of the Hana community who he had good relations with, and Uncle John and Auntie Tweety out in Kipahulu really had a lot of aloha for him. So I'm just glad to hear that you're carrying on his legacy and his values of putting the community first, and making that the priority in your business operation. So it's good to meet you, and really appreciate you coming on and just sharing your momentum forward with us. So, mahalo.
Thank you for that. I appreciate that welcome, and
Yeah.
it's good to know that there are still connections out there with my dad, because we are definitely trying to carry forward his values, mom and dad's values. So
Yeah,
thank you for that.
it was that, I mean, the company has always been seen out here as an example of how to do business the right way, and how to, and that we'd all be better off if all the other tour companies looked at you folks as the example for how to how to maintain good community relations and get your priorities in the right order. So
Well, we'd
very
love
much-
to continue with that leadership. We really would. So thank you for welcoming us again.
thanks
Yes,
for
thank
joining.
you so much.
I also want to express my thankfulness for you guys being here today. Some of you might not recognize Nicole, but she actually spent some time here in Hana, which she did not review. But, you know, love your dad. So heartbreaking. I've spoken to your mama several times. My nephew is Bryson, short track.
Oh, Bryson's doing great things with us. In fact, I got to
Yeah.
celebrate him. He passed his ASU certification yesterday, which I know was a long time coming. So we were really, really excited for him to be able to support him in gaining that. So he's doing really good. If he hasn't already shared with his Ohana out there, he's doing really good. He's doing
No.
great things for us out here.
Yeah, and you know, your dad is looking down and smiling right now. And
I
it's
hope
really
so.
good to see. He is, you know, I was kind of waiting and I was like, oh, where's Nicole?
Yeah.
I said you left the force, but I'm happy you're taking this this journey and continuing what your mom and dad has always practiced throughout the Hana community
Thank you.
with
Yeah.
Hana Canoe Club. And I mean, they have big history in Hana. Over 30 years of Hana relations.
Yeah.
But mahalo for being here.
Thank you. And yes, it was a difficult decision to make to leave the department because it is my passion, but family first always. So
Right.
so I'm here.
Yeah, great.
So, Nicole, do you have plans of joining the HANA Business Council?
Yes.
As a officer?
Oh, as an officer. Big
Yeah.
question. If the
She's no longer an officer. oh yeah, officer for Hana Business Council. I mean, too much.
We have the
committees, I'm
elections
sorry.
in July.
I see. To be honest, I'm kind of just I'm tiptoeing through the door, so I'm not sure what that would entail. And I don't want to open my mouth without fully understanding the commitment that I would need to give to you guys. Because if I do make the commitment, I would want to give 100% of what I can. So, I mean, maybe, I don't know. I would have to really look into what that would mean
Okay.
for me as far as time and responsibility goes. Just being honest, because I don't want to say
It's
something
the
that
easiest job in town.
Oh man. Well, this is, I mean, we're in a transformative space right now, and we're really looking for motivated business entrepreneurs that can help build a nonprofit experience and help to define what that will be. So there's a lot that we're looking at developing as far as really what those board roles and responsibilities will look like, and just open that door to finding a strong director group that can help drive that forward. So again, I will send you an email, and
Okay.
you know, some of our directors are a little pushy, but they're all very hearted.
that's okay. I get it. Sometimes you have to be pushy to get things done. And I don't take that anything personal. In fact, it would be a real honor. So thank you for extending that opportunity to me. I wouldn't be able to say whether or not I could commit without understanding what that means for me as far as responsibility goes. But I would love to hear more about it. I
Okay.
really would. Like I said, I would love to continue to be a strong leader and pioneer for the businesses, especially the tour companies out there in Hana, because I do understand the community does need an outlet. They do need to speak, and we need to listen. and understand their needs in order for all of us to um, move forward successfully, because it really does have to be a cohesive relationship. And we definitely want to support the community out there. I don't think they get enough, especially now with COVID and everybody returning. Um, I do know that they have a lot of concerns, and we want to be part of the solution. I'm sure you've heard that from my dad. We want to be part of the solution and not the problem.
Yeah, great. Dawn has joined us, and Dawn, just to catch you up, Adam and Nicole have joined us from the Valley Isle Excursion family, and just to let us know that they are here and want to continue on with their business presence of support in East Maui. So we've been nudging them to consider possibly having a representative from their organization join the board. um, anyway, if we continue on, I did want to just share information that I got that there have been a few more cases of COVID identified over the Mother's Day weekend that are getting supported, and just to um, let everybody be aware to still continue to follow protocols for safe gathering, and just be aware that our community is still getting affected by COVID. Also, Johnny from MEO just joined us. Not to put you on the spot, Johnny, but did you have anything from MEO that you wanted to weigh in on this month?
I can't think of anything right now, because I kind of was like, forgot about the meeting, and then, so if anything comes to mind during the meeting, I'll for sure mention.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I did send out bulletins about the MEO financial courses, that literacy courses that are happening currently, and that started last week for Fourscore and Four Core, and yeah.
The core four
There you go.
business class. Yeah. Got it.
Okay. So we just want to acknowledge we have continuing ongoing donation support from Terry and Michael Christensen. And then I sent the link for the last month's board meeting minutes. Did anyone want to go ahead and make a motion to approve? Or were
Move
there
that
any
we
questions?
approve. I move that we approve last month's minutes.
And I'll second.
Great. And we have the treasurer's report.
You want to take a vote on that, Heidi?
Oh, yeah, everyone vote, all in favor to approve the minutes from last month?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. So moved. And for the treasurer's report, I just sent Scott an email because I didn't notice last month's payment for the work you did on hanamaui.com that got deposited. Do you know if you... Anyway, I just wanted to bring that to your attention. I saw this month's just made it into the bank account, but for our current balance at the bank is $3,395. We are expecting a payment from the Office of Economic Development for the grant reimbursement for $4,600, and I was hoping Gary would be joining. Gary Chow is our another board member. He's also the president of the Holani Hana board, and Holani Hana has been acting as our fiscal agent for the Office of Economic Development grants because we haven't had our 501c3 designation until now. So we're just waiting. Kawila directed me to work directly with Janice to get that check reimbursement, but the funds were distributed to Holani, so I'm just waiting. So that's not designated in here this month. Yeah, so that's it. We just really have the transactions from paying the directors and officers and liability insurance and the monthly donation and Scott's 2 checks. Any questions?
I move we accept the treasurer's report.
And I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any not? No. Okay, so move. Okay, so strategic planning and grants. We did get, this was mentioned we did have a strategic planning workshop at the Cultural Center on Saturday with the board to go through and get approval of the strategic plan as we have put it together so far. And that was completed. However, I need to get the signed copy for our records from everybody that was there. And also another board member, Jerry Gregory, he took photographs of everyone, and I haven't received those photographs. So I need to dog him and get that in our file so that I can use those for the website for our directors. This is the strategic plan, and the main area.
Heidi, there was a Hollywood scout that saw Jerry's pictures of Froyam, so they monopolized them. You might have to wait on that.
Okay, good to know. Thank you, Max. Since you're on mute. You're on mute, Froyam. But I wanted to link the strategic plan and send an email out to the membership so that people could take time to see what we've put together. Again, this is our first draft as a nonprofit, and we cover the organizational description, our mission statement, which is HANA Business Council exists to support business endeavors, create business and employment opportunities within the special culture and traditions of Aloha for the health and welfare of our East Maui area. And we just went through and approved our vision statement. We've begun creating value statements by just having worked in the fall with collecting some concepts that we just want to make sure are integrated into the future vision. We have the common themes when we were doing our brainstorming sessions of guiding traditional Hawaiian culture and visitor education, and following really the Aloha Spirit Law, looking at our gathering and returning our resources and existing resources, both in people, the environment, and also any projects. We want to complete projects with short, medium, and long-term planning. So our 3 main goal areas was to work with other agencies to provide workforce development and job opportunities, looking at job fairs, mentorship, and digital literacy, and continuing to develop our hanamaui.com website as the online portal for East Maui residents and visitors. Adam and Nicole, have you ever checked out the hanamaui.com website?
I have not.
So
I don't believe I have either.
So Neil Hasagawa donated this domain name to us, to the Hana Business Council. And in that we have a Hana Business Directory, which has a breakdown of different categories and services. So really what we would love to see, because we really don't right now, is just go after all of the tour companies to become members of the Hana Business Council so that we can list their sites. We did create a page for all of the members to just list the different activities. We do have a few sightseeing tour areas, but you can see there's just a lot of opportunity to pull in the businesses that serve this area and bring tourists there. When you open up the directory, for example, let's see, here's the Kipuhulu Ohana. You can see there's a page that just has the contact information and information about the organization. So that's what's available as a member. Any member has that for as part of their membership. And then in here too, we also have links to just different emergency service numbers, direct numbers. That's from the county council office, and then just points for the drivers and visitors, as well as our community calendar. And Scott has the Hana Community News that he shares, which is an email list for East Maui with news and activities and things that people send to him, and then he posts them really depending on their category. I mean, he'll post them here for general consumption. So we're looking in the future at hopefully finding resources to develop an app and just really look at an avenue for letting this be a visitor education portal, but also work together with the Hawaii Tourism Authority and Maui Visitors Bureau and make sure that this is all connected now that we, again, are the nonprofit that can work more in sync with public services areas. So I just wanted to.
This is really great. Thank you for sharing that with us. We'll go poke around, but thank you. That is really great.
Yeah, so it's pretty easy on the site to just go ahead and there's Hana Business Council membership. You can just go ahead and fill it all in here directly, and then you can add your directory listing directly this way too, and it shows all the different pieces, all the descriptions of how you enter it. So that's on the website. But I will
great.
You in
that part we'll probably pass along to our marketing person, but I don't want to mingle in her things. But that's definitely a resource that it's good to know that is out there, and we definitely love to be a part of that.
Great. Well, I will email you, send you that email after the meeting. So
perfect.
Okay.
One thing too is if it's possible, what we tried to encourage our members to do is put links to hanamaui.com on their own website. So it lets visitors know that this is sort of the portal to learn about Hana and realize that your customers are coming in, with your vans and everything. But if it would be possible for you to provide a link to that site as for people who want to learn about Hana, in preparation for their trip or anything, then that would be much appreciated too.
Yes, of course. Absolutely. Thank you for including that. So we'll definitely, right now, Heidi, I know you're talking about Dan. He currently hosts our site, so I'm sure that would be an easy thing for him to put in into our site right now.
And I just want to welcome Ui Kahui. You've joined us, so welcome to the meeting.
Aloha, I apologize. I was just in an LAC meeting that just finished up. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
Aloha.
Okay, so I just mentioned when I went through the financial report, we have funds coming in still that I need to get from Holani Hana from last year's grant, and we're working on this year's grant now. And this is the time also to look at planning ahead for next year. Over the weekend, we went through a preliminary budget report, and the main focus was that in order to really move things forward, we need to be looking for possible grant opportunities for funds to have an executive director move for the future. And so right now, I'm covered to be working up to 40 hours a week through the Workforce Opportunity and Innovation Act funds that the Office of Economic Development were able to get for the HANA Business Council, but that will end at the end of June. So I'm doing as much as I can right now to try to outreach and network to find other grants that could help support that. As it stands, we have gotten grant funding that will cover for this year roughly 10 hours a month additional for somebody, and we asked Scott to take that role. So I'm working on doing as much as I can and getting things organized so that when the grant funding ends for my full time here, it's relatively easy to just keep everything moving forward that I'm not able to do as a volunteer at that point moving on. But, you know, you do a lot for things you love. So we'll see how it goes. Let and when I send emails out to the membership, I'm also going to be linking the new strategic plan so that membership can review that.
Early morning on the 7th.
Somebody, oh, Randy, hold on. Let me mute him. Okay. So one of the main things that we wanted to talk about at this meeting was just to identify, or we wanted to talk about our HBC annual meeting planning. And so, Froyam, did you have anything to update on that yet? You have to unmute yourself.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you. Yeah, Paul at Hana Farms has not been around for 2 days. Today he was on the other side. So I really haven't had a chance to talk to him. And I went over to John's house at the flower farm today, and I just learned he left the island. He moved. He's gone. So I don't know who's he has a partner, I guess, on the mainland, but I don't know who's running that place. I'll find out and whether it's still available or not. But it's right now it's going crazy. He's gone. So I haven't had any luck, and I was hoping Gary would be here, but you might. I wanted to get Francis. I wanted to get his number, Francis and Nancy. Call him and see about their place. I haven't heard back from Dwayne. You know, I have planned things for hundreds of people, and I do it for 3 or 4 months. And some people, a lot of people, you don't have any idea what they're doing until like sometimes the day before the event. You know, people are very slow to respond to this.
Well,
I knock on doors and make phone calls.
okay. So we were looking at the date of July 21st, Thursday.
Right.
Would it help, Froyam, if I gave you a call tomorrow and we could put an email together for Marty and just email him and see?
Yeah, sure. And I'll try Paul again. In fact, I'll try him now. when we're off.
No.
Okay.
I've got a little bit of a relationship with Paul more than Marty.
Okay.
They're both great.
Yeah.
Either-
Well, that would be cool. Yeah, we've typically done our summer luncheon at the Holani Hana, but we're looking at maybe doing it in the evening on a Thursday, if that would work at Hana Farms.
Let me ask you a question. Is it BYOB or no alcohol?
Well, typically at lunch we haven't had it have alcohol.
I understand.
But Hana Farms, I mean, is if it were in the evening, I think it's typically BYO. You know, and they'll have juice or whatever. But again, you know, we've had Gary cater it in the past, but we could also talk with Paul and Marty about our budget. But you know, see what you find out, and then I'll check in with you tomorrow.
Do you have a number for Francis?
It's not
Bessie?
Francis directly. I would just work through Gary. He usually checks.
Yeah, I was hoping he'd be here. Okay, I will.
Okay. So the
Anyway, I'm working on it.
Uwe, the date we're looking at is July. It's a Thursday in July, the third Thursday, the 21st. Does that work for you?
Yes, it does. I'm sorry. I'm teaching class for summer camp up country, and I just wasn't sure the date. I just got the dates today, so that's great. Thank you.
Perfect. Okay, and then at the annual meeting is when we re-elect board members and or fill vacancies. And so currently we have 2 open seats, and we also have Randy, Max, Jerry, Don, and Froyam up for re-election. So we need to be talking about that by next month's meeting to see where everybody's standing, and to be doing outreach from our membership to look at other people.
Heidi, do we have to be voted on again?
Pardon?
Do we have to be voted on this year, or just for the election, or do we just pay our $50 and we're still on the board?
You would be, you just have to say whether or not you would like to continue to serve as a director. And if so, then there's a motion. What we did last year was just made a motion to elect all of the officers that wanted to remain on the board, and the new nominees. So that everybody agreed, and there was great merriment and celebrating. So hopefully that will go smoothly, and anyone that has their ideas, let's be bringing them to the Don just noted in the chat that we need, you know, even if you've been a board member, you have to be voted in. So
I think
okay.
Don was going to check whether we could find a representative from the hotel.
Yes, definitely. That would be desirable. Okay, and so then once the new board members are elected in July, then the next order of business would be the following meeting. The board officers would be chosen, and they serve for the following year. And then what we had also spoken about was we've had strategic planning meetings that are like retreats outside of our normal meeting schedule, where we've met at the cultural center. We did that last spring and in the fall, and then we just did that again this last Saturday. And so we're talking about doing that again in the first Saturday, possibly of August, with the board of directors, to go through a board of directors orientation and board training, and continue looking forward at any changes to the strategic plan, and move forward from there with a fresh set of eyes and reinvigorated existing eyes. um, our current committee areas, the Olelo, Hawaii is kind of on hold, but that's another area that would be great to have a active board member who's really works with Hawaiian language and integration. Then the nonprofit area, we have our communication and membership committee that also includes the hanamaui.com development at this point. And also in our community project areas, we have the government relations committee that covers things that are ongoing with workforce development, agriculture, broadband, digital literacy, education, community, agricultural funding topics, council things, and East Maui waste reduction. So between Kamalu and Dawn and Scott, and then Bill Sides steps in as an advisory committee member for the broadband. A lot of those things are covered. Oh, Gary's here, guys.
Hey, Gary.
So welcome, Gary. I think we've kind of gone through our agenda just to cover base of a few things. We don't have a lot of active projects right now. Next month is going to be heavily focused on renewals of memberships, and now that we just signed the strategic plan, sharing that with everybody and really getting ready for the luncheon in the summer. Gary, I'm gonna follow up with Froyam tomorrow. He's trying to reach out to Paul and talk about getting confirmation to do an evening program for the luncheon in July. You're on mute.
You mean instead of a daytime, do an evening time?
Possibly. I mean, there's so many visitors that are there at the farm in the daytime.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. If we're going to use it, it's going to be in the evening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's on a Thursday.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is, do you have any update from Holani Hana? Because I haven't heard back. I haven't. Kawila directed me to talk with Janice about the grant.
No, I don't have an update. We did not discuss that. But what question would you like me to ask them?
Well, I just sent an email, so we'll just see. I'm just waiting to find out if there should be a check in our mailbox ready for us to deposit, to bring things
Okay.
up here, so. Okay. Is there anything that you want to give updates on, Scott, with the agriculture, or Gary? Or from the county, Don or Kamalu?
Oh, did I lose you? Okay, there we go.
Oh, are you on mute, Kamalu?
Metals recycling is coming up in June 2nd, I think. I saw the flyer come out today.
Okay. Scott,
That's
did you
right.
get a flyer sent to you yet?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I sent it
sorry.
out to hanamaui.com and put it on. I sent it out to Hana Community News and posted it on hanamaui.com.
Great. Kamalu, were you saying something? Because we can't hear you.
Yeah, sorry. I really had some technical difficulties there. But anyways, I'm still waiting for Michelle to get back to me. Scott had emailed me in regards to the kitchen, so, and where to apply for it. So apologies for the delay, but I am working out here 3 days this week, so I'll make it a mission.
Thanks for checking on that. Just want to
No,
make
of
sure that
course.
we're submitting the application to the right agency. I know they'll just send it over to the other one if it's submitted to the wrong one, but might as well just get it right.
I got to pretend that I was Zeke Kalua and Michelle Santos today when I came in. But so I'm with the Ag OED team, and we are doing a presentation that we've been working on. So I had that meeting today to pitch to our mayor and Joanne. So kind of exciting. I can't share too much because we have 2 more weeks to do this presentation and how we're gonna do a grant program also for the agriculture sector of Maui County.
Great.
I actually wanted to share just one more thing. I'm not sure if Johnny's on this call,
Yes, she
but
is.
I'm with oh, cool. Sorry, Johnny. But anyways, this is what I really call collaboration. I'm also a frequent participant with Maui Business Brainstormers, and we like to highlight our entrepreneurs. And I've been doing it in East Maui, and Johnny and I did a presentation of Kauakea Legacy this past week. So really exciting. It was good and bad that our famous internet connection here in East Maui, our most challenging for everyone. So there's going to be a lot of editing going on because we were going in and out of service up at the town center. But hopefully looking forward. And I'm going to be doing a couple of more entrepreneurs here in Hana. So coming soon.
Thanks, Kamalu. That's awesome. All right. Well, with that, is there anything else that anyone wants to share tonight?
This is just a reminder that Hana Arts is bringing in a number of significant artists for a concert next Wednesday night, the 18th at Wanaunalua. I think it's at 7 o'clock. Probably Scott has already put some information on the board, but that's going to be a nice event.
Yeah, let me see if I have that in the, let's see, and this is tomorrow. We have so many things happening. That's Hana Farms. Did you have one for Hana Arts, Scott?
I think Becky might have posted it on the Hana Now. Maybe we can do a share into hanamaui.com.
Okay.
Or the community. I think I saw one that she posted.
You're asking about the concert?
Yeah.
Yes.
I posted it, but it was a little while back when the announcement first came out. So it's probably like a couple of weeks ago. So I'll repost it again.
That would be great.
But it should be on the hanamaui.com, and I did send the flyer out.
Okay. So this is tomorrow at Hana Bay at 4:30. The Wala'au Sesh with our police department. And then this was something else. Mark Peacock is offering a personal finance course. And that starts Thursdays, beginning May 9th. This is another person I was going to reach out to look at getting involved with the business council. It's great that people are offering different business and financial services out here for the community. And I guess he has an accounting background. Scott, he volunteers at the farmers market on Fridays, helping with the parking. And so he and Scott have talked story a little bit about this. So I have his number. All right. Well, and then this was the metals thing that Dawn mentioned that will be June 2nd through June 4th at our landfill. Okay. Well, oh, here's something. Their Molokai artist Ui posted this.
Also came from the Festival of the Arts in Kapalua last month, where Hanasai was well represented by Leo Pahukoa Meyer over
Great.
there in Kapalua.
Nice. Thanks for sharing. Okay.
Hello, everyone.
Well, with that, we usually do an opening. I didn't even do this, but we open and close our meetings with just a pule, a prayer. We can just bring in gratitude to being in service for Hana and East Maui and do a few breaths together. And we'll close with Hanu Iloko, inhale. Hanu Iwaho, exhale. Hanu Iloko, Hanu Iwaho, Hanu Iloko, Hanu Iwaho. Mahalo.
Oh.